day. Took a little break. Lay down for a little bit. I wouldn't say I took a nap, but I lay down for a little bit. And, I just felt like, I guess, it wasn't really the ideal time to sleep since it's 5 in the evening and I usually go to sleep relatively early at night. At least when I don't have Adderall, I do. And the World Baseball Classic I know is on, so I thought I'd put that on the television, do a little baseball broadcasting. Wow, England is ahead of America in baseball. I mean, it no longer surprises me that Japan beats the U.S. in baseball, but the English, the British beating America in baseball? What is this world coming to? All right, so we've got a few things on the list here for this evening's live stream. Um, First of which is going to be get a new cup of coffee. Great Britain gets the out there. Yes, I will give you excellent play-by-play calling of the baseball game when that's the appropriate time for that. Okay. But first, let's get our coffee. We're gonna get us a coffee. The nice thing about live streaming is it's got a certain sequence of events to it. I often begin streaming when I want to do some kind of chores. And tonight, that includes cleaning up the kitchen, taking the trash out and such, and eventually making pancakes after I've done all of that. So, clean up the kitchen just to dirty the kitchen again. Yep, you've probably been there. Hello, Lawrence. Lawrence Glisten. How are you? But before we get too deep in the mix of those chores/tasks that we're going to do, we made ourselves a nice fresh cup of coffee. We got up from a little lie down a little while back, so accordingly, let's go outside and have a cigarillo. One of these commercials for this colon guard product, which is like an at-home colon cancer test you can get. You love pancakes? I love pancakes too. My wife lay down with me and she fell fast asleep, but I know she wants pancakes when she gets up. So, I'm going to head outside now. Baseball game is on in the background here, so we can keep an eye on it. See, make sure that America is beating those damn British people. Well, thanks, TacDXXZ. You have a blessed day as well. Do you know that Ancient Aliens is still making new episodes? They're still explaining things from the past with aliens. Where's Indiana? Uh, you know, it's kind of like in the middle of the country. I love cooking. Well, I cook a lot because, well, I don't cook all that much, but like when I'm not making frozen dinners, then I cook. And I cook a fair amount because, well, we live out here in the woods, so we don't go out to eat very often. It's kind of a drive to get into town. And additionally, because my wife generally doesn't cook, but I cook when I feel like cooking regardless. So, U.S. pitching now. What's your favorite meal? My favorite meal to cook slash eat. Well, we have not a huge range of meals, but I typically will make either rice or macaroni and cheese plus a meat plus maybe broccoli, steamed broccoli. Sometimes I'll make hamburgers. Sometimes I'll make tuna melts. They're one of my foods that I sometimes cook. Pancakes, which is what's going on today. Sometimes I'll make pizza if I make my own pizza dough. That's kind of a fun meal to make. Scooble. Tarek Scooble on the mound for the United States. A pitcher for the Detroit Tigers, who's widely considered perhaps the best pitcher in the major leagues. But he's already given up a run to Great Britain here in the World Baseball Classic, so what do they know, huh? It is Saturday night, so one does expect uh, a bit of a dip in attendance on a Saturday night or Friday night, too. People do tend to go out on Saturday night. But we went out earlier today. We went and got some lunch. Fairly uncommon thing to do, but seemed like a good day to do it. We went to the barbecue place, got brisket sandwiches. They were delicious. Well, Scooble's quickly through the top of the second inning. Res Diffra. Helps reduce MASH and liver scarring. It's a pretty okay day. I had half a weed drink earlier in the day. That kind of mushed me out for a stretch of time, but I seem to be coming through the other side of that a little bit, maybe. Baseball and Belgian waffles? No, no Belgian waffles. We're just gonna have pancakes. And that, frankly, is a little ways away because Before I cook anything, I need to clean up the kitchen, which is quite a mess right now. I need to empty the dishwasher so I can put the dirty dishes in the dishwasher so I can clean the pan. Really, I should also clean the floors in there, but I don't know if I'm going to or not. Saturday night means tequila. Well, it's a good day for tequila. As good a day as any, I suppose. I'll take this trash can around here. Because it's full. Full of what? Why full of trash, of course. And then we'll take this other trash can over by the kitchen door. Hello there, Iron Lion. How you doing? All right, we did chore number 1. Move trash cans. Now, we'll move on to chore number 2. Namely, pulling a bong rip. It's not really a chore, but we're going to take it as seriously as we take a chore. To say very seriously. I had a pretty productive day today. Lazy day today? Well, it's been a bit of a lazy day in some ways for me today, but kind of a productive day because I did something that's been on my list of things to do for a while now, but I wanted to make a couple little revisions, and I made those revisions, and I handed in my resume to the bootjack market today, so we'll see if they call me. If they don't, maybe I can, with some minimal changes to the resume, hand it in to some other places in town. We'll see what happens. But at least I feel like I made a little progress. Just like stalker slash deli person slash clerk. I'm just looking to get some kind of whatever job, you know? Oh, wow. Great Britain steals the home run. Brings it back into the park. And jolly old England is feeling jolly indeed after that one. Still a 1-0 lead for Great Britain. Well, thanks, Putty Cat. I hope I get it too. That was a hell of a catch. Good job, Great Britain. You deserve props for that one. Looks like all your cricket playing has paid off. Thanks, Iron Lion. E o caro de obo pasando na sua rua. Okay, well, I don't know what any of that means, but thank you for that. What's by you? Well, not much, really. My cup of coffee is by me. My glasses. What's near me? Yosemite National Park. Mariposa Town. Sort of near me. Heights Cove is near me. Sasquatch? Yeah, Sasquatch is all around, I'm assuming. Well, there's a hit. What's around me? Sierra National Forest, plus a little bit of, if you go that way for a while. Hey Eric, I've been watching your content for years. I'm also an ENTP and I love you. You've helped me come to conclusions a lot faster than many others and I appreciate you for it. Well, thanks, all in jest. Glad to hear it. We don't have any beavers around here, no. There are no beavers where I live. There are foxes, raccoons, bobcats, mountain lions, bears, deers, wild turkeys, rattlesnakes, California king snakes, rat snakes, um, squirrels. We don't have any hippopotamuses, no. We've got a variety of different kind of birds, from your squaller jays, I mean not your squaller, Steller's jays. Yes, there are scorpions. They're little teeny scorpions like this big. But we have found them in the house before. I don't know how they get in here, but they're so small, I guess they could sneak in pretty easy. Do you consider yourselves part of Yosemite? Is it considered a park in a region covering a few counties? Well, it's a national park. I think both entrances are in Mariposa County. So, in that sense, it's kind of entirely within Mariposa County, but it's not really part of any county because it's a national park. But if you come to our house, depending on your phone, it might tell you you're in Yosemite National Park because it's not that far that way. Do we have the birds that mocketh? No, actually, as far as I can tell, we don't have mockingbirds up here. And for that, I'm grateful. I don't need their mockery. I already have low enough self-esteem. Does Mariposa have a mayor? No, because Mariposa is not a city. I don't want you over here. Mariposa is just a county. We have census population areas, but we don't have any municipalities. There is a county board of supervisors, but this is a very small government place. Capillo, are you serious? You cannot be serious. Get down. I don't want you there. She spends all day wanting to go right there. Would you ever wear two different shoes? I mean, if I had to, like, if I desperately needed to put on shoes and I could only find two different shoes, I guess I would, but I wouldn't purposefully wear two different shoes. That would seem like not good shoe science, right? Like, you're not going to have your most pleasant shoe experience if they're not exactly the same height. So, can you vote for elected officials? Yeah, we do vote for county board of supervisors. I saw a political ad for somebody for the board of supervisors on the way into the house today. I'm not sure if we have a school board or if it's all under the county board of supervisors. I'm not really sure. You can vote for various little offices, though. I've not seen school board. They had that in Arcadia, obviously, but they had a municipal. That's a municipality with a municipal unified school district. Yeah, we only have sheriff. Well, there are highway patrol that sometimes go through town and stuff, but the highway patrol office is down in Oakhurst. I mean station, not office. Today I saw a kid pretend to push his father into a busy road, and I laughed and laughed and felt better. That is pretty funny. So, Great Britain clinging to a one-run lead. There are two on, though, for the United States. Clement is up to bat. I don't remember who he plays for, but he strikes a sharp line drive to third base. The out is attained at first. That's going to conclude the inning. And Great Britain holding on to a lead going into the third. Well, I mean, I kind of get highway patrol because they kind of specialize in highway accidents, you know. If the sheriff department were near a busy highway that had a lot of accidents, then it seems like they'd be spending a lot of their time dealing with traffic accidents on the highway. I'm not really sure how often there are accidents on the highway, actually. Yeah, they are playing really good defense. You're right, Putty Cat. I guess that means if we had attacked them in 1776, maybe they would have won. Oh, God. Uh huh. Oh, God. Tom Stayer, shut the fuck up. Tom got it done. 1 million affordable homes. Tom did not get any of that done. I mean, I'm with you, Putty Cat. Across the board in general, I'm with you. But I do generally like the idea of higher sovereignties having a police force that enforces the law on the police, you know? So I like the idea of there being a state police force that can investigate local police forces and a federal police force that can investigate local and state police forces. I like that idea. Do you answer phone numbers if you don't recognize unless they text explaining who they are? No, generally not. I figure if they want me to pick up or they have something I really need to hear, they'll leave a message, you know. I have voicemail, so if if they have something that important to tell me, they can just leave a voicemail. Or text me, either way, it's like if they really need to talk to me, they'll figure out a better way to talk to me than just call my number randomly. I wonder if they actually have a British manager. I'm not listening to the sound at all, so I don't know what he sounds like. Okay, that guy is not British. I am sorry. That British manager is not from England. He sounds like a straight up American to me. Yeah, I don't like well, I don't care about his race, but he doesn't sound like he's from England at all. He's supposed to be talking with an English accent. He should be drinking tea. Do I have Paramount Plus? I don't have Paramount Plus. And you know what? I'm about ready to cancel Netflix. I'm serial. I don't like the TV interviews in the dugout. I don't like these mics on the players on the field either, where they try to talk to them like in between plays, which is just crazy to me. So, cheers to being old school when it comes to that, Putty Cat. I have expectations. That's why I'm disappointed. Well, I know I'm disappointed in Great Britain for their American manager, but I guess that's kind of normal for international stuff. Like, you don't have to actually be Chinese to compete for China, for example. You could just be an American who's got one parent who's Chinese. It's ridiculous. But I was super glad that that ice skater chick won and that snowboarder chick, Eileen Gu, she also won one gold medal. But that's my imitation of Chinese. Shui Chang Lu, Hao Chang Lu. Because I uh, I lived in China for a little while. That's where I developed my taste for dog. Not really. I, of course, do have some great photos from China of like Chinese weirdness. I believe I even have a YouTube video. It was, I got tired of it pretty quick. Um, it's kind of a crazy place. I also went to Taiwan. Taiwan was great, but like, hi friends, it's Eric here. Here, I'll show you some of my funny pictures from China. Okay, you're gonna get to see the amazing, amazing funny pictures from China. All right, so that's Spider-Man on the Chinese subway. This one, strange smell, little sheep. That's what that food is called. Needless to say, I didn't want to eat that. Let's eat tar. It's actually taro, for the record. The Chinese keep track of me? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe. What do I look like? Someone who kept track of whether the Chinese kept track of me? I don't think so. This is my favorite picture of all time. Okay. as you can see, this guy needs to work on the wire, and these guys are holding up the ladder. No, I didn't smoke any weed when I was in China. I didn't take any Adderall either, because Adderall is also not, you're not able to get it there. So that, I think, that just says everything you need to know about China. Okay? That tells you all you need to know. Yep, they're holding it up. Okay? Here's this one. Language shod. Would you like to go to language shod? They'll teach you how to speak language. Corn juice. This was a popular drink in China. I thought it was a little strange, but this thing is called Fuck Off the Rules. That's the name of this art show. So good for him. He's not a fan of the rules. That's how smoggy it was in China. Very smoggy, as you can see. And it was strangely empty. Like if you wanted to film one of those kind of videos where you pretend that you woke up in the future and everybody's gone, go out of China at 7 in the morning. There's nobody there. This lady gave me a beard trim in China. It was quite a big deal. It was like hard to find anybody who was willing to even attempt it. There's a Hooters. There's a Hooters in China. So good to know. This is actually from Temple City. Kid sedation. Kid sedation is one of the services they provide, along with root canal and denture. I don't know what that's all about. Okay. So there you have it. Pretty exciting stuff. Did I have any Chinese booze? No, I did not have any Chinese booze. I went to China shortly after I quit drinking. No, nothing like that. I did get a regular massage there, and it was very intense. It's like they take those seriously in China. I don't know if they had any local breweries or not, but what they did have, and what I took a lot of advantage of in China, probably has something to do with me currently probably having diabetes, but they had cake stores where they had all different kinds of cake. Fanciest cakes you've ever seen, all for like $2 a slice. And I ate a lot of cake. I ate more cake than you could imagine. I was newly quit drinking, so I had a super big sweet tooth. Did it feel like communist country? Well, yeah, in a lot of ways. You know, like they'd have like 6 people standing at each subway entrance where you check your shit through the scanner thing, you know, the X-ray machine, and they needed at most two, conceivably. There's no way they needed six. At the supermarket, they had like one person stationed at the top and at the end of every aisle just to like answer questions because, you know, they're trying to find jobs for everybody. Traffic was an absolute nightmare most of the time, except like I said, like at 7 o'clock in the morning, the city was completely empty. There was nobody out. Starbucks didn't even open until 7 in the morning. That's how much not 5 a.m. place China is. Anyway, most of the time the traffic was horrible, and when it was, everybody always honked, even though it did absolutely no good. I have no idea why everybody was always honking. Public transportation, well, their subways were good. They're fine. They don't cover like everywhere in Shanghai exactly, but you can go a lot of places just on the subways. I just didn't like riding the subways particularly much because, you know, let's say you want to go 10 miles away. Well, that might be 20 stops on the subway, you know? I also went on their high-speed train out to Wuxi, and that was fine. That was nice. It was a good train, you know. Got me to Wuxi Dong very quickly. Wuxi was weird. It was a place where they had decided to build a big city that nobody that nobody lived nearby or anything. Presumably to attract residents. They were building up all these skyscrapers on this what was formerly empty land, and then big ass highways to accommodate cars and stuff, but absolutely nobody lived there yet. No, I didn't go to the Great Wall of China. I just went to Shanghai and Wuxi, and that's it. Wuxi Dong, technically, which I believe is West Wuxi. Is prostitution legal in China? I don't think so. I don't know. I wasn't in the I wasn't interested in consuming that service. Were there any casinos in China? Not that I noticed, but I wasn't looking for that either. I'm sure you can find the sordid underbelly of a city somewhere, but I wasn't involved in that at all. I do remember actually that when my assistant coach and flatmate, I guess you'd say if you were in England, when he and I went to go get Korean barbecue down at this one place in Shanghai, there was this area we walked through where we did get propositioned. You know, for sex stuff. Yeah, a fair amount of Americans, or not necessarily Americans, a fair amount of Europeans slash foreigners, white people. But I kind of lived in an expat heavy part of town too. Yes, there was a McDonald's and it was good. It was just like McDonald's. Tasted like regular old McDonald's. Kind of expensive. Certain things, you know, expensive. Certain things were like expensive for China, but still the same price for America. McDonald's was expensive for America. You know, it was way more expensive in China than it was in America. Haagen-Dazs ice cream was also super expensive. Even though I don't know why. I guess because it was imported from America, probably. I think Haagen-Dazs, despite the foreign-sounding name, is an American ice cream. All right, well, let's. Did I have pizza in China? Yeah, I got pizza sometimes. There was like a Pizza Hut. Like I said, I lived in an expat heavy part of town, and there was a Subway, there was a Pizza Hut, there was a McDonald's. Obviously, I didn't have a car there, so I got around two ways. Either took the subway or I took taxi. I travel this one part of town quite frequently because that's where the AA meetings were. I don't remember seeing KFC there, but there was this imitation Chinese KFC that had like the same color scheme, the same basic branding idea. I think I went there once, but by and large, I didn't trust Chinese food very much. There were expat restaurants though that we go to fairly often. That served Western food. I go out with people from AA. We were able to watch American football. I had a VPN, so I was able to watch whatever that I could get, like streaming. But it was a while ago, so it wasn't so stream heavy an environment as it is now. I don't remember watching a lot of anything really. I don't know what I did. I went out and did stuff. Went to AA meetings. I worked. Okay, well that trash is empty now, so that's good. That's progress. I was on Facebook a lot, I think, too. Yeah, it was back in the day. It was 12 years ago, plus. It was about 12 years ago. No, I went AA in America, but then it was just a couple months after I stopped drinking that I was sent to China for work. Coffee in China was fine. I mean, I had a coffee maker. I made coffee. I don't really remember much about it, really. I guess I remember having it at the AA meetings. It was fine. So Brazil looks to maybe be the worst team in the World Baseball Classic because even lowly Italy defeated them 8-0. How good can the Italians be at baseball? Not very good, I'm gonna say. All right, well, since I did the trash thing, I'll sit down for a moment. Obviously, not the jumpingest stream in history, but that's okay. If I wanted to jump in time, I'd go to some club someplace. I perceive the Chinese tend to be rude. Was that your experience? Um, mm, no. You know, I didn't find that to be my experience. They have somewhat different mores, you know. Like there's less of an expectation of personal space, obviously, in China because there's a lot of people. Shanghai is quite densely populated, but I didn't find them rude. No, I found them passive, like surprisingly passive population when you're dealing with them in any kind of efficacy oriented way. There were a lot of signs in English, but not all of them. Obviously, the further you got away from the central like areas, business centers, kind of expat areas, the less English signage there was. But I often, like I said, went to places that catered to Westerners because I'm not gonna know how to deal with um, some totally Chinese business selling some weird looking roots out of a bucket, Even at the Carrefour, which was the Western supermarket right in kind of in the heart of Shanghai, uh, they still did things. They had like a bin full of dead chickens that you just reach into and get a dead chicken out of it. It's kind of weird. I did need to go to the dentist in China, and I suffered an agony for days until the Taiwanese dentist arrived for his, 2 days a week that he does in Shanghai, and then I had him do dental stuff on me, and it was fine. Taiwan is like a regular modern Western country. China is very different. Like, here's something you might call rude. They will literally, if your baby or whatever, your child has to go to the bathroom and you're walking down the sidewalk, they'll literally like put down a piece of cardboard, have their baby squat down and shit on the sidewalk. Right there. Shit right on the shit right on the cardboard, and I guess then throw it in the garbage can. I don't know. I never stood around to watch. It's kind of surprising though. Or maybe Great Britain just looks fantastic. Have you thought about that possibility, Putty Cat? No, I didn't see any holes in the street, but maybe that's in less developed parts of China. Shanghai is one of the more like advanced modern city parts of China. And I had like a fancy expat apartment in one of the more upscale parts of town. And there's still like this big gap between the top of the door and the door frame. The bed, I could not sleep on it. It was the most uncomfortable thing I ever tried until I got a mattress topper to sleep on top of. Um, you know, it it just wasn't very nice. It does snow in Shanghai, I think maybe sometimes, but it didn't snow when I was there. It did rain a lot though, and it was cold a lot, but it didn't snow. The Faithful Women of the Bible on Fox. In other words, women who aren't whores. Did you go to any of the beaches? No, I didn't go to any beaches. I did take quite a journey one day. I don't remember exactly where I was going. I just kind of maybe just headed off. I don't know, but I got quite a ways out and then had trouble finding the right subway line to get back, even though the subways were pretty intuitively organized, unlike apparently Japanese trains, which are, yeah, apparently an absolute nightmare for a foreigner to navigate. Aaron Judge up to bat here, playing right field for the team of America. He takes a strike right down the pipe. No, well, it wasn't because I had a VPN, so the power went out here, but you have butane. Wow, you're running your phone on butane. That's impressive. You must have one of those butane charging converters. Bottom of the fourth, the United States down by a run against the mighty British. And the count is now 2-1 to Aaron Judge. He waggles the bat a little, prepares, the pitch is delivered. Judge swings and hits it foul. It's going to bring the count to 2-2. And the people in the British dugout look like they had to scramble to get out of the way of that one. Were you able to get any USA media? No, you could get whatever with a VPN. That's what a virtual private network is. Is it it tricked the Chinese Great Wall of Firewall so you could get whatever. You're going to Japan in September? Well, that should be interesting. They had some weird TV. You know, I didn't understand what they were saying, obviously, but you know, they had a movie that was titled. I don't even know if I should say it on YouTube. The title of it, but it rhymes with Schmill Schmall Schmapanese. Well, you better watch out with the drugs, Teabag. You know, they don't approve of drugs in Japan, just alcoholism. How is crime in Shanghai? I never experienced any crime. I don't think there's any crime really there. Were there strip bars in Shanghai? I don't remember any, but I wasn't looking for such. There was a Hooters, So, like here's another kind of give them all spoons thing. Shanghai, which has very advanced transportation infrastructure in general, lots of wide roads, subways, etc. They have, instead of having sweepers cleaning the streets, they have ladies pushing carts with a broom. Well, the Chinese don't like the Japanese at all. They're still mad at them for World War II, I think. They're like, hey, all the attacking us you did in World War II? We're still not cool with it. 3-0 now the count with 2 outs. To 1, Mr. Smith. Player for the USA. Let's go, Mr. Smith. So, I watched this interesting video about a Wikipedia kerfuffle. If you don't know, Wikipedia is pretty serious. They're not that into frivolity. So there's this quote unquote economist who's actually just this commie guy or whatever. But anyway, his name is Guy Standing. And there's a Wikipedia article on him that showed a picture of him sitting. And so people kept editing the caption of the picture to read, Guy Standing Sitting. Well, there was a big battle about this for many ages. About whether it was appropriate to have that as a caption because it's kind of a joke. And the sitters, as you will call it, we might call the people in on the side of the sitting caption, said there's nothing wrong with this caption. It's factually accurate. It provides more information than if we just said guy standing. But eventually the standards won. And now the caption just says, guy standing picture at a conference in 2016 or whatever. But another such controversy occurred. What was the other example I was thinking of? I can't remember right now. Anyway, Tor's Cabinet of Curiosities is a YouTube channel that he does videos sometimes about like Wikipedia storms, Wikipedia controversy storms. Like, okay, maybe this is the one I'm trying to think of even. There was some guy who you know how you can, you can link like like these different terms that mean approximately this thing will all link to this article. So you might say um, foreign policy, that it links to that from the search phrases U.S. foreign policy or international policy or international whatever. That's not a really good example because those things might have their own independent pages, but you get the idea, right? Well, some guy went to like all the legitimate pages about boobs and put like all these terms like, titties, bazongas, all disambiguated to the one thing on breasts, for example. And there's a big controversy about whether that was an acceptable thing to do. The power went out and I was cooking baked potatoes, so I have to estimate their doneness. This commercial is so weird. This commercial for Cologuard Plus. These ladies are like totally flirting with that poop box. I'll show you when we go back in so you can see what I'm talking about. You might say, why would the ladies flirt with a poop box? Well, I guess because they're going to get intimate with it by pooping into it. I guess that's the suggestion. But I will show you. Hi there.
Hi.
I was about to show the people the ladies flirting with the poop box.
The ladies flirting with the poop box?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
You will recognize it when you see it. Here they are.
Oh yeah!
They love this poop box.
So
Look at
her.
Oh,
yeah.
she's waving. Oh, hi.
Waving.
Oh, yeah. I like you, poop box. Weird, right? Seems like a weird commercial. But I guess it's because she knows she's going to have to get undressed in front of the poop box. So, insanely, England is beating the United States at baseball currently in the fifth inning. The U.S. is being shut out. I have no explanation for it either. But we're going to get ready to go to the next step of the live stream in a little bit. And that step is emptying the dishwasher. I'm going to wait till after this half inning. We've got Holmes on the mound. He's pitching to Wiley. Justin Wiley. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. But maybe he's thinking it's his time to shine.
Yeah.
Holmes throws one in the dirt. He'll get the ball back from the catcher, but it's a new ball. I will be making pancakes pretty soon, after I'm done cleaning up the kitchen.
I could help.
No, that's fine. I'm not asking you to help. I'm just letting you know.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Now here's the thing. We're gonna do something a little bit crazy here.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, that's not really what I wanted to do there. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna have the baseball game in one half of the tab. We're gonna have the USC game in the other half of the tab.
This is your out. You put yourself in a situation where you got two.
Panama versus PUR. What's PUR? Puerto Rico. That's in the bottom of the ninth. This is Puerto Rico's last chance to tie it up. Apparently, after this game, the USC-UCLA game comes on. So now let me bring up the chat over here. Pop it out. I did an IQ test and I did horrible. The test is skewed towards TI. Well, IQ is nonsense. Don't even think twice about it. It doesn't mean anything. Thanks, unknown name 7777. I appreciate your positive regard. Okay, now we're gonna meow that. And here we go. We're living the dream now, everybody. We've got 3 things going on TV concurrently.
Whoa.
The chat, and right now 2 baseball games, but eventually it'll be 1 baseball game and 1 basketball game. Because the USC UCLA game is coming on after the Puerto Rico Panama game.
I'm so glad someone else called you a beautiful person.
Thanks, darling.
You're welcome.
All right, let's pour another barn rip, and then let's get in that kitchen and start getting some things done. We've already gotten a couple of, maybe even a few of our chores done tonight, so we're living large and naming our children Barge. All right.
Reading in my creating inspiration.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You know exactly where it goes.
Well, I'm very happy for you, Casey Jones. I'm so very happy for you. All right, let's do a little dishwasher unload. You thought that maybe you weren't going to have any kind of party today, but then now we're doing this. And Lord said we'd never be royals. I bet if she's watching this stream, she's feeling pretty dumb. I gotta put that thing back on. now let's put some dishes into the cupboard. Oh yeah, I'm showing you all of the action. You notice how these cabinets have barely any bowls in them? Well, just watch. Bang! Bang! Boom! 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 Bing! Boom! Boom! Now it's got a little water in it. Okay. Bam! We are done with the bowls. You're like, oh, okay, well, we'll go back and get some more stuff. Oh! Boom. Already got it. It's a little something I call getting things done. Now, we're going to open up this cabinet over here. We're going to shift our attention to the wonderful world of cups. Okay. We've got cups. We got glasses. Glasses go right here. Cups can go down here. Now, I want to clean off this cutting board. And I'm going to put it back. Because we'll never be royals. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, well, you know, I hand washed my dishes for all of my life until I moved here. I guess when I was a kid, I lived at my parents' house. They had a dishwasher, but I never had one. Okay. Then we're going to get miscellany. That includes these things, which go with that cutting board. These are the other miscellany. This goes in here. These go in here. Okay. Now we've got some silverware to take out. Here's this knife. Put this back. Then we'll take out these silverware. And we'll put those away into this drawer right here.
Lord Ronnie Esquire says that chair really knows how to flatten an ass.
It's a good chair. Oops.
Casey Jones asks, is that real silver?
Some of it is. Yeah, okay. That one is bigger.
Everything is small to come out. Both ends.
Wow. All right. All right. Well, we put that away. So now we're going to just pause a second. And then we go and we'll put some other dishes in the dishwasher. Maybe even run it again. So, Puerto Rico has the bases loaded with 2 out while the U.S. just tied it up. It's 1-1 U.S. England. Meanwhile, in the Panama Puerto Rico game, it is 2-1 Panama, but Puerto Rico is threatening. And they walk in a run to tie it up. Well, are you serious though, guys? Because I want to watch the USC game. So now Puerto Rico needs to win this right now. They need to get another run because if it goes on to the 10th inning, then that's just going to prolong the time until I get to watch the SC game. Kyle Schwarber 2-run home run. Was that right now? Oh, yep. 3-1 now. See you later, England.
See you later, England.
It was reasonable for you to think you had a chance until 2 batters ago. Now I think we can all agree you're toast. All right, U.S. still at the plate, 1 out. Now there's nobody on. We're winning 3-1. You like the tiny oranges? Those are actually tangerines, what those are called. U.S., another hit. Is that fair? Looks like it might have been fair. Yeah. He's walking into second with a stand-up double. David, King of Israel. Oh, mandarin oranges. Hi, Cameron. How wonderful to see you. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing fine. And I'm pretty pleased with the TV setup going on. I got World Baseball Classic in one half, World Baseball Classic in the other half, and in the third half, I've got the chat.
Tomorrow daylight saving time begins.
Oh, really? We lose an hour tonight.
Yeah.
Mandarin oranges aren't that small. See? Baseball chat. Pretty good, huh? Pretty good. It's going to try to keep my attention. A 3-week biblical event. The stories you know. Seen through new eyes. I don't believe you, Casey Jones. Not for 1 second. Lose an hour tonight, yet gain an hour of light. Oh, that is so nice. I don't mind the time change. I don't really care either way, you know. I did see a meme that said that they recommended changing the clocks back at Monday at 4 p.m. Because then you get off work an hour earlier, right? And all of a sudden it'd be 5 and you just skip the last hour of work. But that's exactly why they do it in the middle of the night on Saturday. So that people don't get to have that. But then, you know, if they did it on Monday, they have to do it the other way on Monday too. Then you have an extra hour of work. It's always now, but I like more light toward the end of the day. They should just keep it that way. It's not always now. For example, yesterday is not now. It may have been now then, but it's not now any longer. You like dark at 7 p.m.? Well, congratulations. It's not quite 7 p.m. and it's pretty much dark. So you got what you wanted. I hope you're satisfied. No. Yesterday is not now. Yesterday is before now. That's very different than now. All right. Well, I'm not saying I'm in yesterday, just that yesterday is not now. God damn it. This went to the 10th inning. Puerto Rico got an out. Well, yesterday was now yesterday, but now it's yesterday, so it's not now. Time, not tomb. What time the time is such a big deal. The world almost stopped for Y2K. Yeah, well, people do make a big deal about what time it is. Like, mostly because they want to agree to do something at a certain time, like go to work or get off from work or meet your friend for coffee. Today I was thinking how 2 days ago I was thinking about yesterday. Hmm. But when you were thinking about yesterday 2 days ago, you were thinking about tomorrow. Only today does it become clear that when you were thinking about tomorrow 2 days ago, you were actually thinking about yesterday. It is always hammer time. I don't think anybody's disputing that. I don't think anybody is trying to assert that you can touch this. 5-1 USA. Am I a little bit behind in the time? Oh, I am a little behind in the time. Yeah, he must have hit a home run there. Well, I caught up with the time now, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. It's my fault for not being caught up. I want to be live, so that's my fault. I intended to be live. So the U.S. is now up 5-1, and in the other game, Panama has retaken the lead. It's now 3-2 Panama. Puerto Rico on the mound is going to have to make another comeback. Well, Fly Guy, that one is not his fault. I intended expressly to be live with both these games, and he and I were in sync earlier. We were watching it both live, and it was not a problem. So that one's just my fault. You should take the little people mushroom and watch the game with them. Oh well, I would like to take those mushrooms for sure. The little people mushrooms. Um, It really should be called Tom Day instead of tomorrow. Days have to end in D-A-Y. You make an excellent point, Cam. An excellent point. Yesterday, today, Tom Day. Or they could just call it Tomorrow Day. I wonder if it used to be called Tomorrow Day. I think it's like tonight's next morning. That's probably why. Okay, well, I agree with you. They could call today Now Day, and they could call yesterday Before Day, and tomorrow After Day. Let's do it. Let's change the words right now. Those words make more sense. If we named all the days individual numbers, we wouldn't have this problem. That's also an excellent idea, Fly Guy. Just number them 1 through 365. Is tomorrow the 68th? I don't think so. I think tomorrow is the 67th, right? Well, I'm fine with some old speak. Public service announcement. Do not forget to move your clocks ahead 1 hour. I mean, how many clocks do people have anymore that don't move themselves ahead? Bidet? Bidet and after? I think it's the 66th. All right. while the baseball continues, so do the chores. We've emptied the dishwasher, now it's time to refill it. This is not dirty. Okay. I ensure that you get to see all of the hot dishwashing action. So you can see both the sink and the dishwasher in frame concurrently. And give this a little rinse off. Gonna give this a little rinse off. Maybe even a little scrub a dub dub, because that yellow mac and cheese sticks on there pretty good. As you can see, we need a lot of spoons. Well, I couldn't hear you. Okay. Okay. Progress. Oh. Forgot about this. This I will clean out of the sink. This I'll put in here. Here we go with up close and personal dishwashing experience. You can feel like you're part of this pan that I'm cleaning right now. Look this is one of the only places on YouTube where you can experience this level of intimacy in a dishwashing experience in general, you know? Oh, what's that?
Grace Leader says Eric's a ruffian with the dishes in the dishwasher.
A ruffian, huh? I think I'm an elegant sophisticate. Alright. Now we're going to empty this. Give it a nice rinse-a-roo. Rinse-a-roo. A shake-a-roo. And then we'll put it back. Okay. Now let's put these back. Okay. Let's arrange this a bit better. This needs to go back. And I can wipe that in here. There we go. All right.
Like I asked, why not both?
Why not both what?
I don't know.
Oh, both a ruffian and an elegant sophisticate?
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
I would say those two are probably mutually exclusive. I don't think you can be both a ruffian and an elegant sophisticate. Because there's nothing elegant or sophisticated about ruffery. But there is something elegant and sophisticated about cleaning the dishes. See that motion? This is not your commoner blood, okay, that does this. This is aristocratic blood
Aristocratic blood.
that flows through my royal veins. Alright. Now we've got a pan that's clean. And we can use this to make the namesake of the pan, as far as food goes, namely pancakes. That's right, that's where they get the name pancakes from. It's because they're made in a pan. We're not going to start the pancakes right this second because we've earned ourselves a little bit of a break. Maybe a bone rip or two before we get back to work. Granted, pancakes don't take long to make and aren't difficult to make, so it's not going to be a big endeavor or anything.
Another time says Dan Eric equals Betty Crocker plus Susie Homemaker squared.
That's right. That's why they call me Betty Susie Homemaker Crocker. Maybe you should put an apron on your face.
Oh! I give you a European kiss.
Of course, darling. Give me any kind of kiss you want. Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, Bella.
Fair enough, Race Lever. Fair enough. I think he's safe. It's a tough call, though. That's a tough one. That's about as close as it gets. Wow, that is
Wow, that
really
is really
close.
close.
What did they say? Called him out.
Wow.
Hmm. Chavez Fernander is now pitching for the British. What do you want to bet? Like their manager, Chavez Fernander does not sound British. I bet you.
You might have this Fernando.
Yes, apparently it does. I don't know what the rules of that are, so nor would I. It would take me some doing to figure out even how to do it. Um, but I guess I probably could. I mean, I know that maybe it's not. Maybe they're not showing it real time. They do let you. Baseball is remarkably good
Home
about.
run.
Oh wow! Puerto Rico
Rico
just
wins.
hit the home run in the bottom of the 10th, and they're going to win the game over Panama. And finally, we're going to get to see the USC basketball game.
UFC women's?
No, men
Oh.
versus UCLA.
Oh.
If it were the women versus UCLA, I wouldn't even want to watch it because you just get smoked. Puerto Rico's celebrating. Panama's crying. Everybody's excited at the World Baseball Classic one way or the other. Suddenly, as everyone is watching the game at Eric's, the stream balloons all of those men cancel their sports packages. But they wouldn't want to watch it just in a little box at the bottom. Even if they wanted to watch my commentary about the games and stuff, uh, they wouldn't. They'd want to watch it concurrently on their own TV. They wouldn't want it just a little box in the bottom. Last time I cleaned the house, I burnt my house down mixing chemicals. Well, try not to do that. I'll try not to do that. I'm guessing probably your power problems are not the result of a Chinese takeover of the US power grid, but I've been wrong before.
Oh, I wanted to mention. I have. I don't know how. I have to fix this. I don't know how yet. I tried, but it hasn't happened. Sorry.
It's fine. Um, you ran, I ran, we all ran from Iran. Okay. I burnt my kitchen down cooking a dinner salad. That would be impressive. If you could burn your kitchen down making a dinner salad, you must be rubbing those pieces of lettuce together really fast. Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, there. We're back. We're back in the heart of all of the action. We're waiting for the baseball game to come on. Well, I mean, we could never settle our international disputes with sports because neither Russia nor Ukraine should agree that the issue of Ukrainian sovereignty should be decided by a baseball game. I'm hearing Mandarin outside my door and being bombarded with tangerines. I see. Well, do you think it's the oranges that are talking? What kind of things do you need to make pancakes? These are the questions we ask. And I will tell you all of the things that we need to make pancakes. Okay? Are pancakes just going to make themselves? No. First thing you need to make pancakes is a box of stovetop stuffing. No, that's not the pancake mix I was looking for. Nor is that one because it's not open yet. This is the pancake mix I'm looking for. Pearl Milling Company pancake mix. Guess what this stuff used to be called? I didn't realize this until last time I got it. I've gotten it a few times before, you know. But I didn't realize it until last time I got it. This is what formerly called Aunt Jemima pancake mix is now called. It's not called Aunt Jemima anymore. It's called Pearl Milling Company. So, I don't know. Is it racist to me to buy it? Because, you know what? Let's be honest. That company got rid of Aunt Jemima's name just because she's black. That's pretty racist if you ask me. Wait a second. Oh, this is the wrong one. This is the right one. So I guess I've not opened it yet. 2 cups of dry mix, 1.5 cups of water. That's all it takes. And I'll tell you, we've had it before. It comes out delicious. It doesn't need that extra stuff that the other kind requires. Okay, so we're going to open this box up using our opening fingers. If you check your hand, you'll find probably your thumb and forefinger, for example, might function well as opening fingers for you. But I'll let you be the judge of which fingers open best for you. Okay. Now, we're going to put in 2 cups of dry mix. This is the dry mix. In order to get 2 cups of dry mix, we're going to put, you know what might be smarter than this? Let's use this bad boy. Let's be a little bit smarter than our grandmas were. My grandma used to fill up 100 thimblefuls to make one cup. But I'm a lot smarter than grandma. Oh, I knew I was gonna have a. That's more than 2 cups. Okay, so we're gonna have to put some back. Still a little more than 2 cups. That seems like about 2 cups. Okay, 2 cups of pancake mix. That's what you start your pancakes with. 2 cups of pancake mix and 100 buckets of love. One and with small writing. Let's see if we can see it with this. One and 1/2 cups. Now look at it regular size. See how small it is? Nobody's going to be able to see that. 1 and 1/2 cups. All right. Well, let's do it then. 1 and 1/2 cups is this line right here. Well, looks just about right. We're going to pour it in. And we're going to rinse this out. I said we're going to rinse this out. Okay. Now we're going to get this wooden spork. You see? It's like your average wooden spoon, but it's got a little bit of sporkiness to it. And we're going to stir it around. And then Columbus discovered America. And there was pretty much nobody living here, so that's when Americans just moved in. And that's the story of America. Eric, I didn't know when I came here tonight that I would learn the story of America. Well, you don't know a lot of things. So that doesn't really surprise me. Okay, so a big part of the story of America, naturally, is the cuisine of America. As we all know, ain't nothing more American than pancakes. We're going to put a little butter on there. Let me wash my hands again. One more time. All right. Alright, so my hands are washed. Alright, we need to get a plate to put the pancakes on. Actually, I think I'm going to put the plate over here. And get a little bit of butter on the bottom of the pan here. As you can see. You know what they say? Buttery pan, buttery man. And I'm a very buttery man. So at least in this instance, they're saying is correct. Alright, we're going to need a spatula piccata. Hold on a second. We seem to be spatula free at the moment. But there's no spatulas in there either. Where's the metal spatula? How do I manage to lose a spatula? It's like my number one spatula too.
It's not in the.
It's not in the dishwasher, not in the sink, not in the drawer. I don't know where it is. I'm gonna have to go up to I'm gonna have to utilize the backup spatula.
Sorry, I don't know how. That's strange.
It's fine. Thank God we have a backup spatula. Look at this. Nice and fluffy, but nice and liquidy too. Just the right consistency. We're going to make kind of smaller pancakes tonight because we only have the one spatula. As always, I like to kind of spread it out a bit. For those who don't know, the key to cooking time on pancakes links to the bubbles that pop up. You want to wait for a majority of the bubbles to form and pop. But, you know, if you wait forever, they'll keep popping for a while. You don't want to wait too long, you know, so can't wait till they're absolutely all popped. Well, you know, this is probably good enough, except the pan's a little less hot than it'll be later after it goes for a while, so. God damn it. Why is it so sticky? Well, this is the first pancake. You know, first pancake's always a bit of a disaster. Just kind of inherently, I think. Yeah, I guess I just didn't wait long enough. And that's why you have to wait long enough, people. Don't do like dumb Eric just did. Gotta make it last a little longer. Say goodbye a little longer. Have long and lasting freshness with Big Red.
Casey Jones says, mess that one up. Ray Stevens says, so far the score is pancake -3, Eric -0.
Alright, well, look. Nobody starts off as Olympic pancake champion on their first jump, okay? Even Duplantis, he might miss a low jump occasionally before pole vaulting his way to victory. I'm not quite sure why this pan's so sticky at the moment.
My guy says, I think we needed a hotter pan.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do, Fly Guy. Well, it's heating up right now, okay? It's getting hotter as we speak. This is just a trial pancake anyway. I'm just going to put this pancake directly into the trash, I think. Even though I bet it actually tasted fine. But that's fine too. Alright, here we go. Put a little butter in my pan. Now that seems pretty hot, right?
Half butter, half oil.
Not oil. Well, let's just try this as it is. Okay, now we're going to watch these bubbles pop. They're acting more like what you expect to see your pancake bubbles act like. They're coming in pretty fast. Doing a pretty good job of covering the majority of the surface of the pancake.
Colorado has fallen. Colorado has fallen. NORAD under siege. NORAD under siege.
There we go. That's more like it. Alright. That's looking proper pH, like a 90s antiperspirant. Sail away, sail away, sail away. Sail away, sail away, sail away. Who sings that song? Gotta put a lot of butter on your pancakes and you buttering them up. You got the butter on the pancakes and you buttering them right up. That looks fine. Okay, that's pancake number one. I'm not even gonna put more butter. I'm just gonna pancake her up. Order up on the Pancake Express. Alright, so this is just about ready to turn. We're just going to wait for these central bubbles to pop. And pop they have. That looks like it's about good enough. Good job, Eric. Good job. You're going to really flip for these pancakes. Get it? Because you flip pancakes over. Never mind. We're going to butter them up like nobody's biscuits.
Nobody's biscuits.
Mm-hmm.
You're a biscuit.
Thanks, darling.
You're welcome.
Mr. Pancake, cake me your pan. Make him the cakeest that you ever can. Wiggle around, wiggle and shake. Shiggle and wake and a tickle and take. As you see, this pancake's cooking up hot and fast now. That one flipped over nicely. We call the perfect pancake. And I'm still buttering up over here because you can never have too much butter on your pancakes.
You use such good SI.
Thanks.
Is it S like CE?
This is kind of SE too, you know. This pan might be getting a little too hot, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit.
Keisha says, I had pancakes this morning.
Oh yeah? Well, I bet they were at most 1/5 as good as these pancakes.
Oh.
At most. Ignore that little black part there. Don't judge my cakes.
Ray Steven says, I make one, eat one. Those are going to be cold by the time you get to them.
Oh, they're not gonna be cold. They're all stacked up, so they retain each other's warmth for them.
Keisha says, oh, probably too. Ray Steven says, homeboy doesn't know how to pancakes.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Do you know that Duke Pancake, who's the equivalent to Lord Sandwich for pancakes, he declared me the world's most royal pancake maker? Oh, yeah. We're getting some buttery, buttery cakes here. Hey, well, it does. Some pancakes are boys, you know.
Yeah. Good point. Even the pan looks like it went from day 1 to year 60 about the pancakes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is the most delicious part of the pancake too. The penis. It's a delicacy in many cultures. That's good. Okay, I think I found about the right temperature for the pan. That's good. All right.
You know what I've been wanting lately?
What's that?
Acacia. Latkes.
Latkes, huh?
Yeah.
Well, those are good.
Those are good.
It's pretty smoky in here, huh? I think I'm gonna turn on the fan in here. Oops, sorry. Sorry, trouble. Sorry, didn't mean to kick you, buddy.
Acacia says that short stack's getting tall.
Yeah, well, you know, I didn't make the pancakes quite so big today as I've been making them of late, but I think this works out just fine this way. This way I don't need to have quite as much spatula skill.
T-Bag says, I'm heading for the basement. I'm bringing syrup and corn dogs and my weed. Also, last of my meth, a dozen eggs and a loaf of bread. They will not get me by attrition.
The last of your meth? Well, you know, you never feel less whacked out than when you first finish your meth. So, it's a hard, fast rule.
Steve says, hi Dee, what brand cakes are those you use?
These are Pearl Milling Company, which is the new name for Aunt Jemima.
Oh.
I was asking earlier, in fact, if it was racist of me to use Pearl Milling Company pancake mix because they fired that Aunt Jemima lady just because she was black.
And Uncle Ben decided to keep it.
Uncle Ben what?
Uncle Ben decided to stay as Uncle Ben.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's probably because they weren't called Uncle Tom. So we've got a little further to go, I guess. It is a little bigger. Oh no. Don't do that, Eric. Yow! I got it. I got it, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. It's all thanks to my amazing team of pit crew people. That's what the car racers always say. Put a little butter on there. Butter over here is melting pretty well, but I don't want it to fall off. Let's put that over here a little bit. And this one's going to be done pretty quick here. Put the position these in the middle so that leave it go another minute or two.
Steve says, can you call me a witness again?
No, I don't think I'm going to do that. Okay. Now that's what I call a stack of pancakes.
Yeah, it looks like a stack of pancakes.
Now what we're going to do is split it right in half. There. Now we'll get another plate. Okay. So now I'm going to get another fork. I'm going to turn off this light. I'm going to turn off this light. I'm going to turn off this light. I'm going to close this.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are we good?
So good.
Okay. This is my family's old pancake recipe, handed down through generations. Generations of my family used Aunt Jemima pancake mix. Mmm.
And this is made just with water?
My what's inside out? Yeah, well, I can wear overalls inside the house, can't I? I shut up, okay, Chef.
Oh, I got the penis.
Oh, you did? Congratulations.
Thanks.
You still got the penis. These are pretty good cakes.
They're really good cakes.
Okay, well, I obviously don't wear them as work clothes. Yeah, I'm pretty good at eating. I've been studying from trouble for a long time now. Yeah, I thought so as well. Okay, sure, but you know, I guess if it gets too brazen, I'll just.
What?
What? Who? How? When?
Exactly.
Where?
Yes.
Why? Nani?
Mm-hmm.
Keisha, what? What are you talking about? Making some coffee goes well with pancakes. Everybody knows it's swell with pancakes. I can't think of a beverage to have with pancakes. Well, try coffee. It's good with pancakes. That should be a commercial for coffee and pancakes. We could maybe have like a Reese's peanut butter kind of commercial where somebody drops their pancakes in my coffee and someone spills their coffee on my pancakes. I saw a bumper sticker today. At first, I thought it said, "God bless puppy dogs." I thought, well, that's a pretty wholesome bumper sticker. God bless puppy dogs. No, it actually said, "God bless puffy tacos." I don't know if it was intended to be vulgar or if the guy was a big fan of chalupas or what, you know. But it made me think, I wouldn't mind a bumper sticker that just said, "God bless puppy dogs." I don't even have a dog. You're leaning vulgar, huh? Probably. People in there. Gutter talk and gutter minds. Why, it's enough to make me want to come on their faces. Oops. Well, I go to the dentist on Monday. Big day in dentistry history. Monday. The day Eric goes back to the dentist. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. Just kind of checking on the progress of things, I think. They may take this temporary denture off, do a cleaning. They may say, good news. You grew back all your natural teeth. You don't need this anymore. But I doubt that one. It's low on my list of expected outcomes. Well, as Elton John once said, I guess that's why they call it the blues. Or perhaps more topically appropriate, or I guess temporally appropriate. Saturday night's all right for fighting. Another classic Elton John quote. You may or may not know this, but Elton John, for some stretch of time, was married to a woman. True story. I guess he was pretending to not be gay. I wonder if he was pretending to his wife to not be gay. And if so, I'm also wondering why she believed him. I've seen Fox by your house. Yeah, I've seen foxes around here. Saw one roadkill on the way back from Merced, down in Merced, though, even. So it wasn't even as wild as it is up here, you know. It's more like farmland. It always makes me sad to see raccoons and foxes and stuff killed on the road, but I do see it occasionally. Yeah. It's sad. Sorry to share the sad news with you. But it is the one way I have to confirm that there are foxes up here. I've never actually seen any living foxes up here, but I know they are up here. All right, Trouble, go on in. You want to go in? Go in. So apparently, despite the just horrific season we've had, the USC women are still expected to make the tournament. Meanwhile, the men, 18 and 12, they need to win tonight, plus a couple at least games in the Big Ten tournament, which is likely to be difficult. It's not like we've done well in conference. I tell you, one wild animal that I've seen plenty of lately is turkeys. I shoo them away, of course, because they're not supposed to eat the seeds. Like, uh, a couple handfuls of seeds that'll last the squirrels and the birds all morning. The turkeys will come to eat them all in like 5 minutes. So I try to shoo them away. Yeah, it's just best to pet him and reassure him. It's like, I don't have enough seeds to feed you, ravenous birds.
You say it.
What do I look like? A sunflower seed grower or something?
Right?
If I wanted to feed the turkeys, I'd have to have huge bags of seeds all the time. Well, USC is down by 22 points here in the second half. So that's not at all out of character. The US is up 9-1, about what I expect. Let's see if there's a better game on for either of these tabs. Oh, good, the hockey game's on. That's fun.
About how much we'll obsess over the slow roasted chicken, crisp it.
I could actually start the hockey game at the start, even. Oh, it's the Islanders versus the Sharks. Fun. I think I'm actually going to maybe even close out this USC basketball game since we're losing by 22 points.
Wow.
But I could make it small and just keep it, but in case we mount a big comeback. Oh, I know. It was a serious and important question. Because, I need another adult man taking care of my health for me.
Your dentist?
No, Steve's teeth.
Oh, you definitely use help.
Yeah. Well, I anticipated that if he came around this tree and he'd get himself hidden. Yeah. I think that's one way of trying to go after FI polar, because I typically, if things are asked in fairly civil ways, I typically just want to answer them or address what's being said. But people who are ill-intentioned like that, I've learned somewhat to curtail it at some point, at least, to not indulge it infinitely. I've got to go to the rhymes with Rathroom. That's right, it's the bathroom. Right until it's blatantly apparent. Yeah, well, it's still a good way to get me, but I am less long-term gettable than maybe once I was. Alright, I'm going to leave you in the company of Kitty while I go to the restroom. Well, I'm sorry the trouble didn't stay there for you to watch while I was going to the bathroom. I'm just coming back from the bathroom, big news day. That's why there was a brief intermission there. It's not normally how live stream is. I don't want to watch you eat, but I guess I have to. Hello, big news day. I hope the evening's going well for you. If you were like, maybe if I watch YouTube, I can watch a cat eat, well, you were right. You could watch a cat eat. And now you are. What's this spot on you? Okay, okay. I know, but he's very fussy about the combing. I have to be gentle with it or he starts getting annoyed. But of course, it's to my benefit to comb him because, you know, we're not in South Carolina, we're in California. There was some crack on my rug? Oh. Wonder how that got there. That is a drug that I don't do. Yeah, we're from Mariposa County, California, which is where Yosemite National Park is. And Rachel's got some leftover pancakes. I've also got some leftover pancakes. I have a feeling I'll eat those at some point during the night.
So I'm leaving them now.
Smart.
That's pretty fun, right?
What?
I'm leaving my pancakes out, not putting them in the refrigerator. You think that's fine?
Oh yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Could you put plastic on mine and leave them out as well?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, USC is down by 21 points now. I guess that's a little bit better than 22 points last I checked. Rachel's got on her magical color changing lipstick right now. I'm going to show you guys in case you weren't here for it last time we showed this.
And then I have to spray this.
So you think, oh, she's got on blue lipstick right now. Well, no, she does not. Watch this. What? Red lipstick? You got a little black stuff right there. There you go. You got it. Maybe a little bit in the corner here. Okay. You got it. Wow. Amazing. You guys were like, I'm never going to see lipstick like that. Well, you were wrong. No, I don't want to put on lipstick. All right. So the San Jose Sharks are playing the New York Islanders. So it's Rachel's home hockey team from her youth.
Yep.
Because she is from the very island that the New York Islanders are named after, Long Island.
Yeah, and apparently their new stadium is like right next to my old hometown.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did they used to play?
They used to play in a town 15 minutes away in Nassau Coliseum, and then they were in Brooklyn. And
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
For the Long Islanders to be in Brooklyn.
No, people didn't like it, so they made a new stadium in Elmont.
Oh. Wow. You know who sponsored the stadium?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. There definitely is a sponsor.
It's the Aunt Jemima Pancake Stadium? Wow. They don't even call their pancakes that anymore.
UBS Arena.
It's actually OVS.
UBS.
Oh, it's UBS or UVS?
UB.
Oh. Kraft Mac and Cheese Stadium would be a great name for a stadium. Hi, Argillis and Corey. Stadium UBS. What even is UBS?
I think it's a bank. I don't know.
United Bank of Scranton.
Maybe.
Well, USC is now down by 22 points. This is another 3-point shot. Might as well just turn off this game. There's no point in watching this game. This is part of why you should be combed, Trouble. You wouldn't get so many hairballs.
Oh my god, I had to change the filter thing so many times for the Roomba because of his hair.
Yeah. I say, what's up to Rachel, Eric? It's an Italian thing. Okay. Well, I said hello anyway. Rachel also says hello, I'm going to assume. Yeah. But she's busy tending to her lips right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun. I want to make it a darker pink.
So she's putting on the blue lipstick again.
Yeah, it's like super fun. And it's cost effective. Like, this lasted me like the whole day. And I still had like pink on, but I just wanted to do more pink. And now I want more.
Mm. Well, good job, lipstick. Way to change color. Way to be durable.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it when lipstick lasts a long time?
Yeah, longevity.
They really should call it durability. Oh, San Jose. Bring in the pressure, bring in the heat, bring in the hockey game, bring in the meat. Welcome to hot ice. What's it called again?
Gay hockey?
Yeah.
Heated rivalry.
Heated rivalry. No, actually, I'm not Italian today, Acacia, but that is polite of you to ask. Thank you. Yeah, heated rivalry. I wonder if there are actually any like openly gay hockey players.
Not that I know of yet. There might be though.
Well, maybe you did, Teabag. Maybe you did. She was around with her pancakes until not that long ago when they fired her just because she was black. Oh, the Islanders scored a goal. Yeah, I didn't really think it was that believable that there were, you know, a lot of gay people in hockey. But you know, in general, I would suspect that the population of the population of gay people in your major professional sports like baseball, basketball, hockey is probably lower than the general population. Whereas in sports like diving and ice skating and gymnastics, it's probably higher, you know. Well, I mean, don't you think that's probably true? There's not a ton of straight ice skaters, I don't think, like figure skating. The ones that are straight figure skaters probably aren't really straight, but they live in Eastern Europe.
A lot of like straight figure skaters are in doubles.
Yeah, the straight figure skaters, they'll be in men's and women's double figure skating.
Yeah.
And there might be even a couple. I was asking Rachel about that during the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
She says a lot of them are, in fact, couples.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we should have known that Greg Louganis was gay just from his name. Louganis?
Who's Greg Louganis?
He was a famous diver who won a lot of gold medals back in the day.
Mm.
And yeah, he's gay. Greg Louganis.
Caitlyn Jenner was a surprise to a lot of people.
Is that's the former Bruce Jenner?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, is he gay?
Gay? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Or is he just a woman?
I don't know.
Maybe he's a lesbian. No.
I'm not sure.
Synchronized swimming, I think they still do have it, but I think it's just for ladies. Same with rhythmic gymnastics. I believe they should have a special category of events in the Olympics called little girl events, which include baton twirling, rhythmic gymnastics, um, sparkle dance, tea party, and other such things. So that they have a whole category for that kind of stuff. Soccer tends to have the most openly gay players. I mean, men's soccer? I mean, obviously, women's soccer is like all lesbians, but so is women's basketball. I don't think that softball is the straightest sport in the world either. You know, there's not a lot of super straight women's sports, but I would say that rhythmic gymnastics is a pretty girly sport, probably more straight than, you know, and figure skating, like, probably more straight than, say, speed skating, right? Community discussions often suggest sports like figure skating, diving, and swimming as having a noticeable presence of gay male players. Hmm. I don't think sport has anything to do with it. Well, obviously, but I'm thinking that there probably is a correlation between some sports being more gay than others, right? Like if you've got a toddler and he's really like, oh, I want to do this rhythmic gymnastics thing that I'm seeing on the Olympics TV, and he's going around the room and with the sash and doing this little dance like that, he's probably not going to turn out to be straight. Actually, I've heard wrestling is not actually a gay sport, even though it would seem like it would be. Cute, that's fine. It could be cute. I'm just saying. I don't know about rowing and rugby. Rowing seems like a preppy sport. That's neither gay nor straight, that's just preppy. You know, it's the college student version of yacht racing. Ping pong is cool. I like to watch ping pong. Badminton's also pretty fun to watch. Unfortunately, we are quite a ways away from the next Summer Olympics. It's going to be more than 2 years till the next Summer Olympics. We do get to have some World Cup action this year, which is nice. I always love the World Cup. Billiards does have a stick and balls, but I've never really interpreted it like that before. It also has holes that you knock the balls into, which doesn't really make any sense because that's not what you put in holes. Oh yeah, bowling is gay, for sure. There's nothing that screams gay culture like a bowler. The invention of bowling may be the first instance of the gays exercising their gay agenda on us. We can turn this off now. We've dissipated the smoke adequately. The Islanders are winning, but I have pretty good faith in this year's Sharks team.
I do too.
Yeah, it's a good team. They just got a shot on goal right now, in fact. But it was saved by the Islanders goalkeeper. You'd think you'd call the goalkeeper. Oh, that one was just barely off the crossbar. You think they call the goalkeeper the goal protector? Maybe in the olden days, whoever took the goal home, they also played goalie. You know what is the most gay sport of all? Lawn darts. Well, I guess. I think it's one of the sports, one of the many sports that's quite unfair to lawns. You know, football, American football is quite unfair to grass. Golf, also very unfair to grass. You think curling is gay? I think curling is a pretty straight sport, I bet. I think the sport with the gayest name is pole vault. It sounds like some kind of bathhouse ritual. If you just think about the name of it. But in reality, it's jumping over a bar on a tall pole and is the source inspiration for my next feature film, Polkata, which is the Gymkhana pole vaulting. I agree we should reinstate tug of war. We should also reinstate the free float. There was once an event where you dove into the water and you didn't move at all, and you just see how far you floated away. Yeah, pole vault is a provocative name. But anyway, in the film, what's going to happen is the Defense Department will need help with a group of terrorists because the terrorists, they are going to have their fortress. They're the center of a sequence of walls, each of which is a little bit taller than the last one. And there's no way for the Defense Department to figure out how to crack this security system except by enlisting the help of the world's greatest pole vaulters. What is underwater hockey? Do they have underwater hockey? I don't think they have the octopus. Okay.
You're not push.
Thanks, darling.
You're welcome.
I'm an octomom, actually.
Oh.
I had octuplets one time. You just read about underwater hockey, huh? I thought you had 600. Oh, I do. I have 600 total, but I was an octomom once. Yeah. That was my smallest batch of children. Wikipedia underwater hockey. You have a snorkel. A limited contact sport in which two teams compete to maneuver a puck across the bottom of a swimming pool into the opposing team's goal by propelling it with a hockey stick. You can't use scuba gear. You have to hold your breath when submerged. Well, it looks like I learned a thing or two today about underwater hockey. His sticks look tiny. I agree. It looks like a ridiculous sport. It's really just a competition to see who can hold their breath the longest. Now I understand Teabag's comment. Took me a second there. Okay. Tara Sloan is interviewing some lady about what? Nobody knows. All right, we're coming into the second period of hockey action here. From the San Jose Hockey Arena. And the second period is underway. And I already know what's going to happen. I fast forwarded a little bit too far. Pow! goes the pass. San Jose threatening. Pass. It's shot. It's scored. It's a goal for the Sharks. And that is going to make the score 1-1. It's a tie game. That was sophomore superstar Macklin Celebrini, who I believe was a rookie last year. Have I ever been to the Monterey Bay Aquarium? I have, yes. I'm not a big fan of aquaria. In general, I'm not a big fan of keeping things in cages. Although, I've had fish myself, but all right, with the score all tied up at 1, face off at center ice here at the SAP Center in San Jose. No, I've never had. Well, we did have a bird as a pet when I was a kid, but it was a bird my mom rescued as a little teeny bird and little chick, and when it was old enough and we had taken care of it long enough, it started to live outside. Just lived in the trees outside, and it would fly down, and we'd feed it mealworms and stuff. It was really cool. Eventually, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't trained properly as a wild bird, so it would go down on the grass and just kind of walk around and stuff. But eventually, a cat got it. Yeah, it could have flown away any time, but it was used to us. And I don't think it was as easy to get free mealworms in the wild as it was to get them from us. Probably you got to dig through a lot of meal to find a worm in the wild. Oh, San Jose threatening again. They may be dressed in teal uniforms, but they're still pretty good at hockey. Yeah, that was sad. But what are you gonna do? You can't teach it to be scared of cats like however the mother bird teaches it that. I don't even know. And we just did the best we could. Teal's your middle name, huh? Acacia, teal, pinata.
Swan pinata.
Acacia, teal, swan, pinata.
Mm-hmm.
What a lot of people don't know is that Acacia's family, way back in the day, invented pinatas. That's why they're called that. Prior to which, they just had empty things that you'd hit with a stick, but nothing would be inside of it. Everyone was like, I hate these things. It's your eating habits, right? Oh, they were called nuncañadas. It means nothing inside of this. They would hit them with a stick at the birthday party, and then everyone would be all disappointed when it opened and nothing fell out. One day, Acacia's great 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 grandfather said, Escúchame, let's put some stuff inside the piñata. What are you talking about? I named it after myself, Mr. Piñata. It's my idea to put the stuff in the piñatas. We're going to name it after me. No one really wanted to hit him, but you know, it was a Mexican tradition, so they just did it anyway. Uh-oh, power play for the Islanders. Somebody's in the penalty box. So the Islanders will have a good chance to take the lead here. Obviously, the Sharks have their penalty killing unit out on the ice. Something I hear hockey announcers say. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up and just watch the hockey game. I'm glad I didn't take a real nap earlier, so I'll be able to go to bed on the earlier side tonight, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Until then, I bid you all the fondest of farewells, and I'll see you again soon here on Talking with Famous People.